All right, so we're off to a very late start on the New York session for today, but nonetheless, we're still here just to see if we can get any late pips for now. All right, so can you guys just let me know in the chat if you're able to hear me properly? Is the background music okay enough? Is it too loud? Do I need to make any adjustments before I get into the groove? Now, this morning we didn't get an entry on stream because of the crazy volume which we didn't expect to get this morning with such a massive sell-off. We didn't get that entry that we wanted to get this morning, but we're gonna try again. I got an entry off stream, but wasn't recorded. Shared it with the Telegram group, so I'm just gonna go again. Yeah, I am looking to. What's your plan here? When to take a trade? Yeah, I'm looking to take entry today in the New York session now. So let's see what's going on and what the market gives us today. All right. All right, good. So we're just gonna start it off. We're gonna kick it off using the 215 technique. The first thing that we're gonna be doing is that we're on the 15-minute time frame, and if you have any questions, please let me know as well. All right, now these were. Let me just see if I can go back. Let me just break down the entry that was taken off stream today as well. Let me see. Did I remove my markings? I didn't remove it. Where is it? Okay, so this was the 215 zone right here in this section. So this section right here was the 215 zone. This was pre-London as well. Welcome, Salim. Was it here? Did it go? Test by. Yeah, I don't remember exactly, so I'm not gonna go through that one. But definitely for sure, we got to buy this morning right here. Got to buy. Oh, it wasn't a massive window. It was only for 30 pips, but it was a good start, a lovely start to the week. But without further ado, let's kick it off. Let's remove all our markings from our charts and let's get cracking. So we're still on the 15-minute time frame. We're just going to mark the current price that gold is trending at right now. It seems to be like it wants to sell off, but we want to catch some of that movement while it goes. So this is our point of interest. So let me just put it on there. I'm just going to use the abbreviation, the POI for short. Or let me just put that as purple. Okay, we've measured the point of interest and we're gonna go 20 pips above from that point of interest. So if that point of interest is 263.080, it should be 263.580 as well. No, the point of interest is 2632. So it should be 2634. 4.816. I looked at the incorrect figure. And this should be our buy line. Okay. Let me just change the color of that as well. And let's put this to green. All right, we're measuring 20 pips below the point of interest as well to find that buy line, that sell line, sorry. So it should be 2630. No, you haven't missed much, Denise. We've only just started. 0.816, trying to see if we can get some pips after the lunch hour for the New York traders. Let's put that in red, and this is my sell line right here. Okay, good. Still on the 15-minute time frame. We still also need to mark out our rejection zones. So that would be one right here, just above the buy line. Okay. I'm just going to put this as broken lines and put it as yellow. Okay. And that's going to be called our 15-minute reject line. We're doing the same thing just below as well. It's a 15-minute reject line. So it's about 20 pips away. It's a very good example. There's something I'm going to explain to you guys as well. Okay, but before I explain that to you, let me just go ahead and mark out our target areas. So we're just going to go up to the 30-minute time frame now and get the 30-minute time frame marked out on this. Now, let's jump to the 30-minute time frame. Now, gold has been trending downward, so majority of the markings are going to be all the way over here to the left. So this is the closest 30-minute support. Now, someone was asking how you identified the supports, and what I go for, it's usually the closest one to the zone. Right, so we can see that our sell line, our 15-minute reject line is right here, where my mouse is right now, and this would be the closest 30-minute support. So I'm just going to make a note of that one and just call that the 30. Okay, and let's switch that from yellow and put that in blue and back to that bit. Now I also need to find the resistance as well. Still, we have to look to the far left, and I can use this one right here at the top right here, and I'll just call this 30 as well. So these will be our first target areas if we were to enter a sell or if we were to enter a buy. Okay, once we've done that, now we then need to go, is it moving towards the sell line? Yes, it is moving towards the sell line. We're going to go to the 1 hour time frame to find the support and resistance on the 1 hour time frame as well. We also have a 1 hour support here as well, so that's 1 hour. Okay, and we're just going to use the 1 hour resistance right here. Oh wow, it has already tested that 15-minute reject zone. Okay, cool. Let me just quickly get that 4 hour in. The market is moving very volatile. So it's racing against me to even complete my markings. That's fine. Okay, and I'm just gonna put the 4 hour right here as well. All right, let's switch to the 5-minute time frame because it seems as if, okay, all right, so it hasn't confirmed as yet. All right, so let's have a quick look at what's going on here and what we can expect. So we can see now the price is trending uh, downwards to our 15-minute reject line. It does have a lot of empty space down here for us to fill out, which hopefully we can maybe catch a piece of that move um, while we're doing this markup. Okay. Now, there's no the closest 5 minute reject would be at that 15-minute reject line. Now, what I was trying to say earlier is that because the 15-minute reject line, our yellow line here, is about 20 pips away, more than 20 pips away from our sell line. Usually there are two ways you can do the 215. You can do a retest for it to come back in the zone then out again, which is my preferable entry model, or you can wait for it to test it back in the zone then out again to enter a buy. Or if you were just going to do a stop and go, you would just go once the candle closes below that sell line, or if it closes above that buy line. The only thing with that is that sometimes if the price just, let's say it's going down, if the price continues to go down, then you will be in a good position. However, the 15-minute reject line or the 5-minute reject line, if we had one, they act as barriers. So sometimes the price may bounce from these price points and then go back into a 215 zone, and you'll be in massive drawdown. So that's why I usually wait for a retest back into the 215 zones before actually going for the entry. So I have seen it happen a few times where, because we didn't do a stop and go entry, right, we missed out on the trade. But personally, it's just my preference just to wait for it to do the retest of that 15-minute rejection line back into the 215 zone, then back out again, because I find that the play is more smoother that way. ADHD, baby, no need to retest. What? So this is the hold on. This is the 215 zone. Now, as it has been trending downwards for such a long while, I think that we can safely say that the trend is going to continue. So, if let's say this candle, well, it all depends, because if it close too close to that 15-minute reject line, I'm not going to go for it. So, let's see if it's going to break our sell line, test that 15-minute reject line area, and just give us a retest of that zone for us to confirm that sell, right? So if you were gonna go for a stop and go entry, then hey Lando, welcome. If you're gonna go for a stop and go entry, then if this candle closed below that sell line, we could enter, right? And just hope that it doesn't reject from that 15-minute reject point, which we have marked. Let me see what the traffic looks like. There's not much traffic, so it should be smooth sailing. It has only tested this area once, so a rejection may be very well possible. Go into 2622, 2622. Yeah, that's the just above the 30-minute support. So that's idealistically what we want to catch it at. That's good. So if this candle pulls back in some more into the zone, if it pulls back in some more into our zone and close in our zone here, then yeah, And if it pulls back out again, if it then yeah, if it goes below that sell line, then we can go for that sell. So let's see. All right, so thank you guys very much for joining the session today. I know it's a late session for most of you guys, as we normally trade in the Asia and the London session, but we're giving it a go in the New York session today to see if we can get some pips. We did try earlier this morning in the Asian session, but sadly that volume went too fast for us and we never got a retest of our zones. I'm on USD Chef testing 215. No problem at all, Salim. You do it, man. It's here for you. It's a very, as I said, it's a very simple technique. Um, very easy to understand. If you're a beginner trader as well, it will properly help you because at least it gives you a very defined outlook on the market. There's not a lot of things that you need to wait for entry confirmation. They're just set rules that you just need to follow. All right, so we have a rejection now. So let's see what this candle does. 1.5 for now. Okay, that's good. That's good. Profit is profit. All right, so guys, if you can just give the live just a quick like and a share as well, I would really appreciate that as well. You know how it goes. We just have to still do the YouTube business as well. Are we guys looking to take entries with me today, or is it just me? No, I was saying if you're taking entries on gold today. It's a bit strange. Why am I not hearing my background music? That's a bit weird. Acting weird. Well, gold has always been like this. To be honest, it's just that whenever people thinks it's just gonna continue to follow through with the trend, it always just reverse. So when everyone will expect for it to continue upwards, it just reverse and goes downwards, and then that catches a lot of persons off guard. You know. Yeah, I'm not sure why where the music went. Um, you scared of it? No, don't be scared of it, Lando. You have to tame the beast, my friend. You have to tame the beast. So it's all about patience and it's all about patience and staying true to your entry model. Because if you're trading a technique, you want to make sure that you have your confirmations before you actually do enter a trade. Because as let's say, look at it now. What we're waiting to happen now, what we're waiting for it to play out now, is that we're waiting for it to test this 15-minute rejection again to come back into our zone. We can see that is a very strong 15-minute rejection, and we don't want to get caught entering a trade for it to only just to reverse on us, because this 30 minute, it hasn't tested this 30 minute as yet. So since we did the markings for 2 and 5, it we had this right here. We had this 15-minute rejection right here. We needed to test it, come back to our zone, and if it goes above our zone yet again, then we will aim for that 30-minute support. Likewise, it's the same for that um that 15-minute rejection on the sell area as well. We've only been there once, so when we went, it was a massive rejection. So we wanted to test the area again to come back to our zones. So it's all about having a clear action plan of what you're looking for, and and what you're aiming for, and then you risk manage. But if you're scared to do it, Lando, if you're scared to trade it or to take entries, even when you're following and sticking true to your plan, then you'll never get comfortable with trading. Because every buy or every sell you click, that's a risk, you know. But if you feel that way, you don't want to trade today, it's fine. You can just watch with us, learn with us, and celebrate with us as well. And it's always good as well if you're risk if you're not feeling it as well, to step away from the market, or if you could always use a smaller lot size as well. That helps. I find that helps. So you're just rejecting from those sell lines, going back to our buy line. So we just wait now for it just to play out for an entry. And it's supposed to be a very smooth day as well, because I don't think we have any news coming out for today when I checked earlier this morning. Okay. Yeah, I'm just checking. Yeah, so today there wasn't any US related news that came out to affect the currency. Tomorrow as well, I think we have about 2 to 3 red folders, but that's towards the well, it will be evening hours for me, but morning hours for most persons in the western area. So since the opening of the New York session, you can see such a massive and great sell-off of gold. Gold has just melted all the way down. But this was in the earlier bits. So, but even though this happened, this doesn't mean that the market has is finished for today, because we still have about over 5 hours left in the market for it to do things. So if we make out the market today with 30 pips, 50 pips, that's a good win for us. So let's just see what happens. Okay, it's pushing towards our sell line yet again. Let's just be patient, my friends. Salim, how's that trade coming on with USD Chef? Has Bitcoin reached 100? No, it hasn't reached 100,000. Is that 95K? Did they all do the? You're giving away the formula, man. Ah, well, if you caught it, you caught it. You can always go back and and you caught it, you caught it. No, did they make it to 100,000? No, 98. That's good. Up $2. That's nice. That's nice. It's very nice. So, but how many pips do you use to create the zone though on USD Chef? All right, guys. Not pips. Okay. All right, we're getting a break of that sell line now. Sell line is very strong though. I used the last zone where the price go down. are you talking about 215 there? No, I was asking you about the USD chef. How many pips did you use to create the zone? But you said you didn't use the pips. You only use a zone where the price go down. So I wasn't sure what you're making reference to really. Okay. All right. So it's pushing towards our rejection. And this candle closes in 5 seconds. So we just want for it now just to pull back into that zone, then back out again with a candle closure, and we will be off. All right, let's see if it's gonna give us that rejection now. All right, so just tested our 50-minute rejection line. Is it going to continue to push, or are we gonna get that rejection back to our area? Two more minutes until this candle closes. Yeah, I think YouTube on a whole is has a delay on it. I don't think it's like 100% live per se, as in person. No, there's a delay on the broadcasting. They were just waiting for it just to pull back to retest our zone. Oh wow, it's a massive push. Is it going to confirm that retest to the zone? Man, that was the same thing. Lando said earlier that today is a weird day. But why do you guys say today is weird? Is it how gold is just basically just moving without a catalyst? To say why it's behaving like this. Hmm. Yeah. Well, I only got one entry earlier on, which was the which was a retest. But I believe if we were using the stop and go method, then we would have gotten way more entries versus the retest. Because if we were using stop and go just now, we would already be in a sell right now, but I prefer to use the retest model more. So I think then, based on how, because I have been making notice of it now, yeah, yeah. So based on how historically, based on of the trades that we have taken and how we have reviewed uh, the market, I'm now going to be layering my positions in a sense. If I go back to right here, right where this market, right where this candle closed, if we were doing stop and go, this would have confirmed the sell. That candle right there would have confirmed the sell. The only thing that you would worry about is that 15-minute rejection where it can hit that rejection and then go directly back into the zone, right? Now, each of these models, they do have whether you're doing stop and go or you're doing retest, um, they both have their pros and their cons. Where if it just hit that 15-minute reject line or that 5-minute reject line, you can go in massive drawdown because it can reject and go all the way back to even your buy line, right? However, if you do a retest, the chances of it continuing to your 30-minute support or resistance is far greater. So what I'm going to be doing going forward is that I am going to be using more confluences to layer my positions for the stop and go and also for the retest. Because one thing that which I've noticed is that this candle that closed right there, it closed below all these previous wicks which tested the sell line as well. So that would have also been a confirmation greatly for that model if we were using that. But gold hasn't been really just give. It's like it's only in the London time I see that it's giving us the retest. It just continued to run, which, as you guys say, it is weird. Because now it doesn't seem as if it wants to pull back to our zone any at all. Yeah, if it breaks past the wick of this, it's gone days for that 30-minute support. Unless everyone comes in now and just click buy to take the market back up. But still be patient. You want to see it pull back? Yeah, I would love to see it pull back to my zone for me to take that sell. Just let me sell and it will go up. Oh yes, oh yes. I know that feeling, Salim. Once you enter the trade, the market decide to go the opposite direction, as if it was just waiting for you just to enter the market. You say, "Oh hey, that's where his stop loss is. Let's go find it." How is that FTO account looking now, Salim? Uh, have you made any progress with the profits on it? Are you afraid to trade on it? Uh, yeah, we all feel that way, Lando. We all feel that way. Sometimes you have to say, "Can I not get a break?" You get all of your confirmations, all of that, and you're following your trading model, and you enter the trade, and then as soon as you enter the trade, the market decides, "Oh well, let's go to stop loss and give him a heart attack." Oh, you didn't get a trade today. Okay, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, with the model, we didn't get much of a setup. Really, there's some very good positions being taken, but based on how we are trading using the 2-on-5 technique, we haven't really gotten an entry on it. But now the how the market is moving, we should get some more setups going forward in the future. As I'm gonna just make sure that whenever I'm doing the analyst, to always add the stop and go method into it as well, and then layer the position, and I'll explain it more as well while I'm doing it as well, so you guys can understand, when to do it. It's just that I can't give all the information out, for the technique all at once. Um, so I have to explain it as it go on. It's new, so it's not like you can go online and read a book about it. Well, not yet, but yeah. Now, this did you click sell, Celine? Because the market is going back up now. So if we can get this candle if this candle can push past this previous candle which was closed, then yeah, we have hope for it to come back to our areas. All right, add another position to it. Okay. All right. So yeah, we've made some progress. So we're now at 407 followers. We wanted to get to 500 by Saturday, which I strongly believe will happen. So let's go. Let's go. Joe's goal is very weak as of now. Are you talking about DXY? Um, well, DXY is going up. Oh, well, let's look at the higher time frame. So these were some very high highs, but currently it's sort of like in an uptrend. So if it's in an uptrend in a sense, on the 30-minute slightly, because it has recovered from these lows. So if it, let's say it breaks past these areas, then I can say clearly it's in an uptrend. And if it closes above these areas, it's in an uptrend. So if the usual relation between DXY and gold is that if but it's delayed, right? It really is delayed. So if DXY is going up, right, which is the US dollar index, if it's going upwards, usually gold will be going down, right? And if this is going down, then it will be the reverse where gold will be going up. But they're directly related, but there's a delay in it, because sometimes you may see that the DXY may be pumping and it's going and it's going and it's going, but gold is also going as well. So it's always it's always good to watch it, but sometimes I don't usually pay much attention to it because it will confuse you. Because sometimes when you look at it and you see it is telling you that it's going up, but gold is not going down, and you're getting confirmation for a sell using your technique, you may be afraid to enter because it doesn't match what you're seeing. So I usually add it to my whenever I'm trading and whenever I'm taking entries in gold. But then I found that it just added a lot of confusion to the overall process, and I didn't like that. So I just removed it entirely from how I do my trade planning. Sweet Danny, I was up 120, but I lost my last three trades, and I'm now in total today at 80 profit. How did you lose those three trades? FX Blue site. I've never heard of that one, Ben. I could have a quick look on it. FX Blue site. Ah, okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But if you think about it as well, though, Ben, you see, you can always use those sites as confirmation, because it's really so obvious as well. Everyone sometimes they'll be giving you the analysis and the overall movement of it. However, you're not trading the overall movement, because you're not, let's say you're doing a daily trade or a long trade. You're usually only scalping, and you're scalping for this specific 5 minute or this 10 minute. You're usually in shorter trades, so their analysts may be very much right. However, it's for the overall move and growth of gold, versus you, when you're trading, you're only trading just a small portion of the movement. I saw gold go hella down, and I tripled down on it going up. Wow. But it didn't. Did it give you a confirmation to say that it was going to go up, though, Danny? Or Dana, I'm not sure. Because that's the only way I would triple down to say that it's going to go up. Let's say it's going down now and it hits one of these supports at the bottom. If it confirms that it's gonna reverse, then at that point in time, I would take an entry to go in the opposite direction. But were you just banking on the fact that usually if something goes high or if it goes low, then you just take the opposite direction of it without confirmation? Is that what you did? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Those things really happen. Those things really happen at time. And I said it before already. It's like whenever trading is all right, it's okay. I think the biggest problem in trading is yourself, because you're fighting against your mental reasoning. You're fighting against something that you can't see. You're fighting against your own inner thoughts. Thank you, Salim, for that sell. So we're almost across that 15-minute reject line. Hopefully it doesn't reject from it again, but it continues to go above it into our zone, and then we will be ready for a sell once it gets back to that 215 zone or even close to it. I'll take it. So let's see. But yeah, it happens to everyone. It happens to everyone, Danny. It's not only you. It happens to me, it happens to the biggest of traders. Until you reach a point where you finally mastered it, where you can just get up and just leave from the charts. You know, when you have control of your decision and your all of your emotions as well. I'm one of the 215 Raws. Yeah, that 15-minute reject line is paying a very strong resistance at this point. Its price is below it, can't break above it. All right, good. So we're getting a push. We just needed a break of it. I'm gonna shut up because each time I talk, the market does the total opposite of what I say. Yeah, we're not getting a break. All right, are you gonna try something here? If it would go up to the region around 2632, right? Is it safe to assume a buy is already confirmed? Well, no, the buy wouldn't be confirmed yet. Reason being is because when we did the markup, this there wasn't this passed the line. However, since we did the markup, it didn't test it while we have put our drawings on the board. So since we put our drawings on the board, it hasn't broken above the buy line to do that test. So it's crucial. So now it has tested this 15-minute to sell. If it can just come back to this area just to kiss that 215 zone, then we know that our sell is fully active. But it can't it broke it going down, but it kind of seems to break it going back up. Salim, can you add another sell to that position? Did you get that, Ben? Did I explain that properly just now? So because when we initially started to do the drawings on the 15-minute time frame, right? This was the rejection zone. But since we've done the drawing, the price hasn't tested that area. All right, thank you very much for that. Yeah, this seems to be it. So it seems as if this is now going to be the proper sell-off from here because it doesn't look like it wants to break that area. Yep. Yeah, there is a strong buy candle exceed in the zone, but as you can see, each time it went there, what happened? It rejected. But they, even though this happened in the past, I'm just saying, since we have done our 215 markup, price hasn't tested the area as yet. So it did all that it did in the past, but since we did our markup when the price was right here, I think the price was right here when we did our markup, it hasn't tested that zone. So even though we tested them in the past, which you're always going to have historical information, but the importance is, has it tested it when you, after you have done your markup? So that's the important bit to it. So it did all of that. It tested it twice, yeah, in the past, but did it test it when you were when you did your markup? Is that any clearer, Ben? Ah, okay, yeah, yeah. So it is it's very important. So it's all there's always going to be historical data on. There are always going to be historical data on, but now you just have to make sure that since you have done your markings, has the price tested the area that you marked for your rejection zone? If it hasn't done it as yet, then no, you're not ready for it. So if the sell now, we can see that since we done our markings when the price was here, we have seen now where the price came down and it has tested this 15-minute rejection now. So if the price was to come back now into our zone, then we can clearly just take the sell. We won't then worry about that 15-minute reject line already because it has already tested it and broke below it, and then we'll just target these areas and also these areas for our take profit target. So you have take profit 1, 2, and 3 all together right there because of this little structure right there. If it has gone back to that 215 zone, but it's not giving us that entry which we would so desire right now. So it's kind of like consolidating right there. Gold is just playing with us right now. All right, let's put it in a little box again and look for the squeeze. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, it's a bit of a patience game today. Same thing that happened earlier today is the same thing going on now. Tomorrow should also be a calm day as well. We don't have much high impact USD news until after 12, which is 12 p.m. my time, which is London time. So tomorrow should be a very smooth day tomorrow. I'm still going to be going live tomorrow as well in the Asian session for those who are wondering as well. I will just create the stream and schedule it and share the link as well. So if you're up for it, you can just join. If this candle can break above that box and close, then that would be nice. It's just a patient day. That's some good volume. Okay, good. So it's just pushing up above that 15-minute reject line. So if it can close above it, and that will indicate that it does have the power and the pressure to push back into our zone. So candle closes in 5 seconds. All right, that's good. So that was a candle closure above that. Well, almost exactly on it though. All right, good. So we just now just need for it just to continue back to our zone to retest that zone. So let's see what happens in the. I'll think we might get this play out in the next 10 to 15 minutes. So let's see what happens. That's this. Well, that's some good news. So we can see why gold has been behaving so weirdly today. If we were to get us how many pips that would be? 80 pip. Okay. Oh yes, just been a slow day for us, my friends. Very slow day for us. Still haven't broken above that 15-minute reject line or done with a close. Still basically just closing on that line. So it doesn't seem so the pressure to bring it back to our sell zone does not seem to be there. I'm just waiting because I'm not going to take an entry if it's not confirmed for me is that so I'm still giving it about 50 more minutes to see if the next three candles can confirm that entry. All hopes are not lost as yet. All right, it doesn't seem we're getting that retest that we so love off that 2 and 5 zone. Right, the price hasn't broken out of this little consolidation box which it has created for the past 5, 10, 15, almost 30 minutes. It has been consolidating in this little area up and down. It hasn't broken above it. It tested the top of the 15-minute rejection line at the top of the box right there. However, it only just closed right on top of it. But now it's pushing back towards the downside. So it seems as if we are looking to now continue the trend versus retesting that 2 and 5 zone to then continue the trend from there, which would be such a lovely sell trade if we could only just get that retest of that zone. Thank you for the loyal supporters who are still on right now, even though we're not getting the action we so deserve. So we just waiting patiently now to see what it does. The only other option that there would be to take a sell if this candle closed below this spot bit and use the 15-minute rejection as the stop loss for it if it's going to continue the trend. If we deep dive into the consolidation, which it has done just now, the 15-minute rejection line would basically be a 15-minute resistance line. Entry model 2, which would have been two candles in the opposite direction. Uh, these two candles right here would have confirmed a sell as it's not pushing past the areas right there. So yeah, if we were if we're looking for entry model 2, on that bit being that the 50-minute rejection line has just become a resistance that it has been playing around on. And then look at that lovely push and that lovely move. But we weren't looking for that. We weren't expecting that. But that's something now we can add to our findings. Yeah, so it's definitely pushing towards that 30-minute resistance. So let's see if it's going to reject from that 30-minute resistance or if it's just going to continue to push downwards and continue in the trend. It doesn't seem as if it's going to give us that pullback to our 215 zone for us to enter to take an entry. So I'm not sure if everyone saw what happened just now and understand what I just explained, but just to go back over it. So we can see that the price of gold, it broke below our sell line and tested our 15-minute reject area. We were waiting for it to reject back to our 15 to our 215 zone for us to then take an entry from our 215 zone based off the rejection. However, sadly, once it broke below that 15-minute reject area, that 15-minute reject area basically became a resistance, which it could not actually break, but it rejected from it twice with two consecutive candles as it's now a resistance. And entry model 2 would stipulate that once it reject in the opposite direction with two consecutive candles, it would constitute it as an entry for entry 2. So that's what's happening now. As you can see, we have two consecutive red candles going in the opposite direction, coming from a slight uptrend, which is what you're now seeing for the price to now possibly push below to that 30-minute support. So that's what's going on now. No, this wasn't an entry that was taken. I wasn't even realizing that that was actually was happening, because I was mainly just focused on that retest to the 215 zone. But that's definitely something that we can back test as well and make note of, for future markups as well, to say that if it doesn't pull back into our 215 zone, right? If it's consolidating below our rejection area, we can then use that rejection line as a resistance to confirm an entry model two in the opposite direction. Yeah, we missed that one because I wasn't genuinely looking for an entry model two entry right there, and that's almost a 40 pip move, just like that. Just we just missed that, and it was really just right under our nose all along. But today, I will still take this as a win because it's added more knowledge on top of the 215 technique. So there are now additional things that I will look for whenever we're using this technique. So we should be all right. Yeah. So now yeah, it's definitely now just gonna go to that 30-minute support area. I don't see what could really stop it. And if we even go to the far left of yeah, a very clean candle with a small amount of space for it to reach to. The last time we came down these areas, it rejected from the 30-minute support. So we might hopefully be able to get an entry model 2 from that 30-minute support line. So let's see if that's going to be the case for us. So an entry model 2 right there. Let's see if there's if an entry model 2 can play out as well on that 30-minute support line. So it never retested. It tried to retest. It didn't give us that true retest which we'd want, but it attempted it nonetheless. So now, definitely for sure, it's going to push towards the downside. So hopefully we can get an entry to from one of those support areas on the lower end of the spectrum. Anybody have any questions on that, or was that properly explained? Believe that's about 100 pip move since the break of our zone. Is it not? No, 70 pips as well. Do that 30-minute support would make it 100. Yeah, just tested that 30-minute support line. Oh, that's a massive missed. It's a massive missed trade right there. So I'm now just waiting for a confirmation just to see if I can get an entry model to one of these support lines, whether it's the 30-minute support or it's the 1 hour. I don't think it's going to be the 30-minute support based on how the volume of the candles are moving, but let's see. hmm Yeah, this looks like it's taking it all the way down to that 4 hour support. Doesn't look like there's going to be any chance of any rejection for us to take a reversal entry model 2 on this. Okay, still pushing. Yeah, so it's definitely going for that 4 hour support. All right, thank you guys for everyone who has been here. Thank you for everyone who has liked the the live as well, and for also those who have followed the channel as well. Really do appreciate all the love and the support. Yeah, Court, you can definitely rewatch it and understand the explanation of what happened on this entry. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're just joining and you just seeing this now, we didn't actually take this entry. We missed this only because we were looking elsewhere and wasn't really focusing on what was really in front of us for us to take that entry using entry model 2, as we were waiting for entry model 1 to play out when entry model 2 did confirm right there beneath her nose and we didn't even realize it. So yeah, it's something for us to look out for again in the future, especially based on how gold has been behaving all week in regards to not giving us that retest that we're always hoping for, but it always tend to be consolidating just below or above that 15-minute rejection line. So it's only just for us to use entry model 2 at that specific interval whenever that happens. So it's a bit of a learning moment for us today using the 215 technique. We haven't gotten an entry as yet. So for the week, we haven't done any recorded trades on stream as yet. So hopefully again tomorrow, as we're going live again in the Asian session, I'm just gonna have this one rescheduled and booked now as well, and hopefully we can do it again for tomorrow. So yeah, this is definitely going down to that 4 hour support. But I'm a bit, I can't believe I didn't even realize that that engine model 2 was just confirmed right there. And it's when this candle move, I was like, oh wow, did you not see that? I wasn't expecting that. But that's just how gold is. That's just how gold is, really. It's very unpredictable at times. Very unpredictable at times. Yeah, it's a very great sell. A very great sell would be. So it would have been one of the biggest trades we have taken if we had gotten that entry model 2. But I can tell you this, Lando, and I can assure you this will never happen to us again. We will never miss an entry model 2 if we're waiting for a retest again of that zone. This will never happen to us again. We'll never miss out on an entry like this again. Never. I promise you that. It's a lovely trade. I just want to see. I just want to see how it plays out if it just continue to push towards that 4 hour support. Hopefully, no one is getting is that FOMO and trying to enter right now, and then for it to be rejected and blowing the account. So if you're not if you're not in it already, don't force the trade. While I'm on here, let me just schedule the next live. Yeah, Salim, it would have been such a epic entry for us if we had gotten that. I can't, I need to get glasses, man. I can't believe that I didn't see that entry model 2 playing out right there in front of us. I'm taking this as a trophy and as a remembrance. How much pips would that be? Oh, wow. 120 pip move. With my lot size, that would have been a massive win. Yeah, we definitely missed that one, but we weren't expecting it. I wasn't expecting an entry model 2 to confirm right there because we were waiting for it just to push above to test that. So I wasn't looking for an entry 2 to confirm right there after that 15-minute reject line basically became a resistance as the price was below it. I was not expecting that one, but I promise you that will never happen again, my friends. That will be such a lovely move. Such a lovely move. Wow. $6,000 that would have be worth with it. No, it's not, you did the math wrong. It would be 600. Are you crazy, man? Yeah. $600 that move would be valid if you had taken that. Yeah, I just want to see what's happening now. All right. So we have a green candle now in the mix just below that 1 hour support, coming off such a great selling pressure. No, Lando. Not. I did the math incorrectly, because my lot size would be 0.5 on that. So it would be 600, maybe 600 plus if I had taken that entry. It would have been a smooth start to it. I've already had a good start um, this morning, but still, the more the merrier. I can't complain. All right. So now, if this candle was to flip green and close green, right? Let me remove this drawing, right? It would confirm an entry 2, right? If this was to close green and then using the stop loss here below these lows. Yeah, 600, yeah, 600 is good. Of course it's good. So it's just that this is a very strong move. How far back can these buys go? So it would be really risky. This entry 2 was good because it was going with the trend, but this entry 2 hit, wow. This entry 2 is going against the trend. So Let's see where this candle closes. If it pulls back close enough and it gives me, let's say, a 20, to give me the ability to use a 20 pip stop loss on it, then I'll risk it and take that a buy. But if it continue to push like that, then no, I won't take a buy on it. Look at that. Wow. And I wouldn't be surprised if this candle just went all the way back up to that 215 zone. And if it did that, I'll just throw this computer through the window. Gold has just been crazy today. Crazy. But I just love it. Nah, I wouldn't do that. I'm not gonna lose my cool like that. But yeah, it would be so funny though if it did that. It would be really funny. And if even if it did that as well, and it confirmed what we were waiting for originally, I'm gonna take it. So I just want to see what plans it have right now. If it wants to confirm an entry two from here for a buy, but that's just based on how that second candle is. I think that second candle is about a 20 pip candle. That candle alone would be the stop loss, so that's too much of a risk. Because yeah, that's about a 40 pip stop loss on an entry model too. That's too much. Even though it can still very well just continue to go. But no, that's not me. That's not an entry. That's not an A class entry for me to take. Yeah. Confirm entry model two, but that two consecutive candles. This candle is too big. That would have been too risky for anyone to take using entry model two, because now your stop loss would be about 60 pips. That's even more than if you were doing entry model one. So yeah, that's out of the question. Right there. If it had closed, let me say maybe somewhere about nine, that even that is too much. But even though we didn't take any trades today, guys, today was a very good day. Based off what we learned today, so I'm okay with that. Some the knowledge is always power. me go back. Yeah, I just want to see what the next 10 minutes, what does it do if it plays out, if it's going to continue with this massive volume back up into these zones. But then what time is it in New York right now? It's almost 2 o'clock. Yeah, so the market does have more time before it closes. But yeah, at this point in time, the volume is gonna dwindle down. What time did the Asian market open? Hold on. Monday, 9:55 on Friday, 11:05 p.m. And we come to the market at 12 o'clock. Okay. All right. So instead of coming at 12:30, I'm just gonna start at 12 o'clock. 1 hour into the Asian market. So yeah, so it looks like we're getting that push back now. Well, it hasn't filled this gap out, but I think it's gonna do it because after this massive drop, should expect a rejection of the same magnitude back to our areas. So yeah, so we never got a confirmation of what we were looking for. Really, we wanted it to do a retest back to our zone. However, it did not. It converted our 15-minute rejection line into a resistance and did an entry model 2 on it. We didn't even realize. I didn't even see that because I was so focused on entry model 1. We missed that sell, that massive sell of 120 pips. But never again. That's not going to happen again, my friends. So now it pushed down to almost at that 4 hour support, rejected, and it's now going back upwards, testing that 1 hour and that 30 minute. Well, would now be resistance as they're below the price, above the price. Well, the 30-minute support is above the price, but yeah, we didn't get any A class setups today for us to take, but tomorrow again, definitely for sure. So, 12 o'clock, 1 hour into the Asian market. That's when we're gonna start again. I'm gonna come live. I'm gonna set it up now, and I'll send it out. And if you guys want to come on and test it, then yeah, you can definitely do that. Yeah, well, I still think today the sell is still active for it to come and test this 4 hour support. There's no way the market is gonna see that 4 hour support and not go for it. 3 minutes until this candle closes. It gives you entry model 2. How big is your stop loss? And that one, the 30 pip or 25 pip, all depending. So let's see if it's going to confirm an entry model 2 right in this little mix. Um right here. What is it going to do? But if this candle pushes way below this, then it wouldn't make much of a sense. But let's see. We have 5 more minutes. So let's see what's gonna happen. 2 more minutes until this candle closes. And thank you for everyone who has liked the live and who has also shared it as well. I can see that we have gained, I believe, 2 more followers to the channel as well. I really do appreciate it as we're trying to see if we can end November at 500. So by the end of the week, we should get at 500. So we are short 90 persons, but that's perfectly fine. The more we go live and the more we get those wins, we should get the numbers trickling in. Last week we ended off good with over 100 pips in profit, and we're aiming to do the same this week again. So we didn't get any entries today, which is all right. The market gave a lot of signals, but it didn't give us a lot of confirmations for us to take any entries. But we're gonna try to do it again in the Asian session. So around 12 o'clock London time, that's when I'm going to go live again. Not sure what time it is going to be in your time zone. However, I'll be scheduling it. So on your YouTube, it should tell you, uh, it will convert the time to your time zone to let you know um, when you would be, when the time comes in your time zone. So it may possibly confirm an entry model 2 here in this 1 minute. If this candle doesn't break below that, then it would make sense to take a snipe at it and try to target the crazy try to target the 4 hour support. But that's if it these candle closes in reasonable space from here to that 4 hour support right there. So if not, doesn't make sense. Your stop loss will be really tight, as well as it's entry model 2, and it's a more riskier trade than normal. So you would have to make sure you use a proper lot size on this one. All right, so it seems as if, yep, so that just confirmed entry model 2. I'm gonna give it a jab at it and see how it works out. Using a smaller lot size though than normal. Putting the stop loss just above here, not risking a whole lot as you have seen the craziness of the market. So aiming for the full take profit of that 4 hour support right there. Okay, so I'm only using, how much pips is that stop loss going to be? 20 pip stop loss at a reduce. Yeah. All right, so let's see how this one plays out quickly. If it doesn't, it will be just a great end to our live today. All right, so remember again, guys, we're going live again at 12. That's 12 London time. I'm going to shuttle it so you can just add that notification to your YouTube as well, so you can get that notification when I'm going live. So what we do is that we use the 215 technique to look for entries on gold, using two entry models, whether it's going to be the entry model 1 or the entry model 2. All right, we didn't get any A class setup today. Only nice trades, but no solid confirmation for those trades. So hopefully, again, tomorrow we can try in the Asian session. Now, if you haven't yet done so as yet, please like and share the channel. Thank you to everyone who has already done this. This trade is not going to play out. However, that's perfectly fine. It hasn't tested that what you call that stop loss as it well. Did it close it? No, didn't close it. All right, so no, let's see how this entry to play out. And see if it's just gonna close it out or if it's just gonna push towards that 4 hour support. Yeah, just waiting to see what happens with this impulse jab. Um, at the markets now using the 215 technique. This is entry model 2, so just waiting to see. It's not a risky trade in a sense where it, I'm using my maximum lot size. No, lot size has been reduced. The stop loss has also been reduced as well. So I was just waiting for it to play out, and then I can end the stream, and I'll reschedule the stream for the Asian session. If we could get a push below that 1 hour support, then it would be open roads for that entry. So let's just see what happens. Nice, very good. We're now up to 411 followers. Outstanding. The community is definitely growing. It's not as fast paced as when we were on TikTok, but I really do appreciate the growth, nonetheless. So as you can now see, the price has pushed now below that 1 hour support it was. So if it can now continue downwards to about 20 pips in, then I could move my SL to make it risk free. So just let's see how this plays out in the next, how this 5 minute candle play out. All right, so if this can just continue to push like that, all right, that's a very nice push. That's a very nice push. So if it can just continue to go down just a little bit more, let me see. And I'll just move my just to make it a risk-free trade. Yeah, Land, I took it. I said I was gonna take it. Um, I don't. Oh, that's not the right true representation of the entry, though. Hold on. 2619. Yep, that's basically where I entered. I'm still in the trade right now. I just need this candle to flip red and close below that candle before, and then I'll just move my thing into profit, and then just let it ride. So it's not a very bad move. Down 20 pips. I just want to see this candle to flip red and close red, and then I'll take further actions to it. Yeah, you move into Gigi now. Yeah, that's a massive pullback. Didn't want to a green candle there. All right, let's move to break even at this point. And then just let it go. Do whatever it wants to do. Yeah. So yeah, we're not getting the volume that I would want to get on it. So I'm just gonna put that at break even and just call it a day. All right, guys. Thank you everyone for joining the live session. Thank you for everyone who has followed the channel. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed as well. We'll be going live again in the Asian session. So I'm just gonna schedule it now, and once you have that notification bell turned on, you should be perfectly fine to get that notification. All right, thank you all for joining again. You do enjoy the rest of your day, and see y'all soon. Bye bye.